Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Obviously I'm sitting in the Honda. I wish I could just put the key in the ignition, start it up, go for a nice drive, and enjoy lots of VTEC power. But unfortunately, we're still some weeks away from doing that. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you some of the things I got done to the vehicle over the past few days, and then we'll wrap it up by getting the engine out in order to get the rear main seal replaced. So let's dive right into it. I decided to go right ahead to get the valve lash adjusted. So here we have the rear bank of cylinders. That's cylinders 1, 2, 3, all done. The rear bank of cylinders was a lot cleaner than the front. I already did the front bank and put the cover back on. I decided to just go all out and do everything I can possibly do on the car in order to get best performance. I don't want to do any back and forth, so there was also a lot of carbon in the intake. So let me take out one of my plastic wraps and show you what the intake looks like. So what I did was I scraped as much as I could. Obviously I ensured that the valves were closed, scraped as much as I could, and then using a vacuum cleaner I sucked as much out, and then afterwards I used a blower to get the rest of the crud out, and it turned out really good. Let's take a look at how the valves look after cleaning. Here they are. Unfortunately I didn't take any pictures before the cleaning because I didn't think they were going to turn out this good. I repeated the procedure for the other intake ports, and I think it will make a huge difference. So with all the valve lash adjusted on all the cylinders, I'll be cleaning up the valley. Obviously I took out the knock sensor because the casing was broken, but the electrical connection inside the sensor was still alright, so I'm going to be applying some glue to ensure that the casing stays on there. Trying to save as much money as I can. So I'll be cleaning up the valley of the V as much as I can because it's all nasty in here. I have oil, grime, dirt, so much stuff to make it look a little bit pretty. Because I got in this deep, I already got the fuel injectors cleaned. If you missed out on that video, I'll leave a link in the top right hand corner. So I guess there's one thing left to do in this video, and that will be getting the engine out. So let's dive right into it. With my engine oil fully set up and using an old seat belt, I have the engine strapped on right now, and I have all the engine mounts taken off or loosened. The engine mount at the rear of the engine has been loosened, so I'm not sure if we can see that, but the securing bolt is out. Then this end is also free. I took the engine mount bracket off, so it's free to move. I think right now all the connections have been taken off and we're ready to lift it out. Unfortunately I couldn't film taking the engine out of the car because it took much longer than I expected and had so many challenges. The challenges were caused mainly because of my workspace walking on bare soil. My engine hoist had the tendency of sinking into the soil so many times. So I had to get some pieces of wood to prevent that from happening. So here we have the engine hanging off the engine hoist. Successfully got it out of the car. So let's take a quick walk around to ascertain the things wrong with it. So here we are at the timing belt area. This bolt right here, I think this one is stripped, so I'll need to put a helicoil on there. And then I took out the spool valve because that would have hit on the frame rail while taking it out. So I'll also be replacing the oil seal that goes behind the spool valve, the crank seal at the front right here. I'll also be changing that. Then I'm not too sure about the camshaft seals on both ends. Since they are relatively easy to replace, maybe I'll get everything done right now. So moving on to the rear mainsail, let's see what we'll find right there. Yes, so here it is. This is the flex plate. You can see a lot of oil and grime right here. So obviously the rear mainsail was leaking like we suspected earlier on. So I'm taking off the flex plate, take off these 8 bolts right here, get the flex plate off, and then replace the rear mainsail right there. I must confess that taking the engine out was a little bit challenging, I guess because of the rear engine mount that was busted. We'll go have a look in a few seconds. So I'll use this opportunity to do a thorough clean of the whole engine so it looks much better. It's really covered up in thick mud and oil, so I'll do a good cleanup. Fortunately, with the intake cleaned up thoroughly, the valve lash adjusted on each of the valves, the injectors cleaned, I'm optimistic that it's going to perform very good. So let's move over to the engine compartment and see what we have there. So here we are at the engine compartment. I opted for the method of taking the wire harness off the engine instead of taking the wire harness off the transmission and then disconnecting the wire harness from the bulk that came from the body, so that the wire harness will remain with the engine. So this is what we have here. I know it seems like a mess, but obviously by the time I unfold everything, when I'm reinstalling everything back together, things will naturally fall in their proper places. So this is what we have. I didn't have to discharge the refrigerant from the air conditioning system. So taking a look at the torque converter right here, we can also see a lot of oil all around it, although some water spilled down there, but definitely the rear mainsail was leaking. So I'm also going to be doing a thorough cleanup of all these areas covered in thick mud and oil. Yeah, so that's what we have there. The engine mount right here is also busted, so I can easily take this off. You can see it's fully broken. So I'll take this opportunity to get that replaced before installing the engine. So all in all, I think the success. So in a few days time, the rear mainsail and a host of other components will arrive in the mail, and we'll continue from there. So here's what we have. Another win, I must say, even though the main job was to get the engine out of the car. So that's it hanging right over there. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like. Also, I would like to hear from you. Leave a comment down below. Would you take on this kind of job, or you would rather sell it off or have the vehicle sent to the salvage yard and get another car? Let me know in the comments below. I'd like to hear from you. So I'm optimistic by the next video I'll try to hasten things up so that we can get this car running as soon as possible. I've had it for almost 3 months now, and I'm yet to really drive it, and I can't wait. And I'm sure people out there are also eager to get this car back on the road. So till next week, fellas, thanks for watching, and do remember to stay safe out there. Bye.